Okay, here we are, 442 Sunningdale. This is a one bedroom that I wanted you to see because it has the original footprint and every surface has been touched on this. We can see this has been newly epoxied. AC looks great. Everything looks nice and tight and clean. Let's go in, shall we? Okay, again, every surface on this has been touched. So we have luxury vinyl on the floors. And this is so different from the other unit. This has been very tastefully done. Okay, so you can see this wall is in place, which I think is great because it makes a nice art wall. Okay, so if we turn around, this is where our powder room for our guests is. Now, on the other unit, we did not have this, so I think this is great. Now, we have a pocket door leading to the primary bath. And again, the finishes on this are really nice. I mean, and there I am. Hello. Okay. Clean as a whistle. Love dual sinks. A lot of attention to detail. I like it. Crisp, clean. Here's our closets. Plenty of closet space in this. Okay, here we are. Here's our bedroom. And again, these are huge. I want to say without taping it, and again, with the high ceilings, it makes the footprint seem so much larger. So if I had to guess, I'd say 14 by 12 maybe. But the view on this is what is incredible. And it's got a couple of different little separate patio vignettes, which I think is really nice. You know, extended living spaces, if you will. Okay. I love these double doors. I had this glass in another home myself, and it's stunning, if I may say. Let me come out here. Look how pretty that is. I mean, it just reads fresh, clean, really nice. Okay, we're gonna do the kitchen last. So we come around. Here's our living space. Again, this is a huge space. We're looking at 1,046 square feet. I even love that light fixture. Very nice, nicely done. Lots of room for foot traffic, space to entertain, super nice. And now here is another little patio, another little vignette, and look how pretty. We're gonna go outside in just a minute. Okay, and here we have the star of the show. I love the overhang. So we're facing southeast. I'll have to check my compass, but pretty sure that's correct. It's nice. The front door, you know, the orientation of the recreating space is so important. So you can actually use it. Look how pretty this is. And it's fully fenced for puppies. Okay, look at this. And it's quiet as a church. Okay, I'm going to take the unit from the lake looking back. Look how pretty that is. Got a privacy hedge there. This is really a nice unit. I mean, really nice. It doesn't have that egregious slope. It does have a slope, but it's not, you know, you wouldn't tumble right into the lake. Nice landscaping. Looks like everything's been thought of. Have a fan out here. Oops, saw my finger. Okay, the HOA on this is nice and tight. They have reserves. It's a well-run HOA. It's really quiet in this particular unit. I don't know who we've got next door. I know we've got some Canadians right around this unit, so it would be essentially pretty private most of the year. Okay, let's look at the kitchen. Again, I love the crisp white. I love the finishes. Simple, elegant. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, now as to whether it conveys with this furniture, that I can't say. You'd probably want your own. But this is really, I mean, this is stunning. It just never gets old. Alrighty, let's take a look. Let's take a look in our kitchen. Again, the bamboo doors, gotta love them. Okay, so on this unit, you know, the washer and dryer stackables are here. I'm sure they convey with the property. And they're pretty, you know, they're not obtrusive. Okay, so you'd want some new stone in here. New countertop, pop that off. You could do, if you wanted to, you could keep the drawer boxes and put some new doors on here, just because you'd probably want European hinges. But the appliance suite looks great. Everything's in beautiful condition. I mean, it's clean as a whistle. Everything looks to be in working order. I'll find out more about that HVAC system, but all in all, I think this is, and look at the view. Even while you're here in the kitchen doing dishes, which hopefully won't happen often, you can look out at this view, and it's stunning. Lots of good natural light in this unit too. It's not a dark little hovel, so we love that. And I'm a little bit obsessed with that stone around the fireplace. It's contemporary, simple. Really, really like it. And if the furniture doesn't convey, we know we have Misty's that we love. Best consignment store in the valley. Okay, so I'm standing in the kitchen looking at the front door. And again, the light translates beautifully in this unit. Alrighty. And this concludes our tour. Over and out.